Hello and welcome to version 1.5 of what was Kinetic Text Animator. Now we're switching the name to Easy Video Lab to signal the fact that we're moving beyond just text animations. Now, what I'm going to show you here is some of the improvements of Easy Video Lab, but I'm also using a upcoming template pack to demonstrate it. And the reason why I'm doing that is our whole goal with Easy Video Lab and Kinetic Text Animator and our products has been to make creating videos as quick and easy as possible. As a product creator, as a template creator, I cannot anticipate what you specifically need. And instead, what I need to do is equip you to be able to adapt the templates that I provide for you as quickly and easily as possible. Easy Video Lab, or this first version, Carvel has implemented some features here that I want to show you that make it as easy as it's ever been to customize a template and make it your own and move on with the rest of your video. To me, that's super important because it just doesn't make sense to take a week to make a video like it does for me if I'm using After Effects. That frustrates me to no end, even though I know After Effects. I know a lot of you do not, and I certainly can't expect someone who needs a video, who might own a flower shop or something like that, to take the 500 hours it takes to learn After Effects. It's ridiculous. And pretty much every video program is kind of like that. We wanted to maintain kind of a balance of power with ease of use and quick implementation. So let me show you how we've accomplished that. When I say we, it's really been Carvel. Carvel deserves all the credit. He did an awesome job with this. So let me show you what he's done. Now, it's always been pretty easy for us to select a video, delete it, come up to our library and do a keyword search here and find something that goes with it. So let me do videos here. And in this kit, I've got some stuff that's designed to fit this. Let's say that I'm trying to do something in frustration or whatever. Let's say I'm in the weight loss niche and I'm going to say, are you frustrated with not meeting your weight loss goals? And so I want to have maybe a background that fits that. So first thing I want to do, I actually want to rewind, get it to the beginning so that video comes in. I've always been able to do a media search, or maybe not always, but for a good amount of time, we've been able to do this. Do a search, plunk something in, and then have the video match the background easier using a keyword search. We've been able to do that with images and so forth as well. But what Carvel and I really wanted to do was make all of these aspects easier. Now, one of the new features inside of Easy Video Lab is the ability to work with QuickTime MOV files. Now, to be honest, what we do is we convert them on the fly to a PNG sequence to get by any limitations on a Windows computer in particular, because QuickTime MOV with transparency hasn't been supported by Apple since April of 2016. So in order to get around that, we've had to convert the stuff on the fly. I mention that because it does take a little time to import the MOV files because we're doing that conversion process. I'll actually, I think, show you that here in a little while. But what I'm really wanting to show you here is we now have the ability to do that, and all these four different elements are, as you can see, they're context sensitive. As I showed you earlier, if I click on that one, I see the controls for the image. This is for the MOV overlay, the animation. We play this, play it very long so you can see the template a little bit better. And then of course we have the text animation, and that's context sensitive as well. And so you can see that I can make these edits of the video fast. What we wanted to make the image and the animation also quick and easy. Of course, the text has always been pretty easy. I just click on it, come in here, and then make my adjustment. I can do something like, are you frustrated with not meeting your weight loss goals, right? So I can, that's always been pretty easy. That was always the original concept, to make it quick and easy to make that sort of adjustment with the text animations, but we want all the other elements to be quick and easy also. So in this character, obviously the smiling character wouldn't really kind of go with that. I'd want it to look frustrated, right? So now what we have had the ability for a little while here is the ability to browse for an image, but now Carvel's added the ability to even just swap it. So let me show you that. I'm going to go ahead and do a character pose here, and let's say they're a little small here, and that's one of the things that hasn't been ideal, but at least I can swap that in. Let's go ahead and see it. So now I have that animation. Now, if the dimensions were different, I might have to move it around and size it and hit the animate button again to get it to fit. But nevertheless, since it's the same dimension and we have a bunch of characters that are the same dimension, you can make that quick edit and then just move on. But Carvel went one step further, making it easy to do that kind of thing here as well. So you can see that I can do an image search, click on media search, and then I can see them much bigger, and then I can get something that might fit a little bit better quickly and easily. So that's pretty awesome because I can either do it here or in the library, drop it in. That is a new feature. Let me do that search again. We've always had it as the background. That's going to be on the background layer, which is not ideal for a PNG with transparency. We really needed to be able to pop it into the animation, and this goes ahead and just does it right straight from the browser, which is super handy. Now, the image animation or new MOV overlay, I said image animation, I meant the overlay, is, you see, it's also context sensitive. I can numerically position it if I want to, and I can browse for a video to replace it. Now, in this case, I do need to zap that. So let's come in here and delete that block. And I'll go to the time where the spot in the timeline I want it to appear, and then go ahead and add an empty one here. So then what I can do is I can come over here, and I'm going to go back to video search, and I happen to know that all of these are key named bubble, or at least the captions, that is. So I'm going to do a media search, and what Carl's done here, now there's a little bit of a bug here. They're too tall, and we need to, it's a play button, so as soon as I try to click on that, it goes away. So I happen to know that there's one here on the second page that doesn't do that, so I can go to do a preview. But what's kind of neat about this, Carl's done a couple of innovations. One is that you can see that it says MOV here, but the preview is actually a WebM file. And that's important because a lot of past, you've seen a lot of collections where they have MOV files, the QuickTime MOVs, and in order to do a preview, they have a GIF animation. Well, the problem with that is the GIF animation is double or more the size. It's often very big. I mean, the MOV files are already a pretty big size. It's 23.5 megabytes for just that one animation. And it exacerbates the problem if I have to have a GIF animation that's even bigger file size wise. So instead, what we are doing is WebM previews, which basically that's like about, this one is probably about 1.5 or less megabytes, much smaller, loads faster, and takes up less space on your hard drive. But we still have the ability from here to add in this animation. So I don't want to lose track of that. Let's say I'm going to go ahead and do this one here. So it's going to convert it. Now this is going to take a little bit of time because again, we're converting to a PNG sequence. But once it's done, it's going to be able to be treated just like a video anywhere else on the timeline, and move it around, and just like the image or the PNG image that is. So you can see here that it's in there now. I need to move. I'm going to go ahead and control click on the text animation and move it to the top of the stack so it pops up in front of that MOV. It got stuck there on my mouse. I'm using a trackpad, so that does that sometimes to me. But anyways, let's go ahead and now kind of make that animation fit in there. It's quick and easy to do. And we'll reanimate that. And just like that, I can pretty much get it to fit. And I can do some tweaks. I see now that there's kind of an odd gap in between them. So let me click on, and I do need to click on the stuff on the timeline, whatever I'm editing, in order to get it to select. I need to move that over and reanimate it so it kind of is more centered. But just like that, I've made it my own. And if I wasn't talking and sharing this with you, I probably could have made all those adjustments in just a few minutes. And so the template that started off as something fairly generic, I'm able to quickly make it fit what we need. You see here that the overall customization of a template now with these new features and with the new ability to do a QuickTime MOV overlay really just makes customizing these things and make it fit what I need quick and easy. So Easy Video Lab has gotten easier but more powerful. So thanks a lot for checking this out, and we look forward to getting you more updates here in the near future.